It was supposed to be an escape, a break, a chance to breathe. Tucked away in the shadowy wilderness of Asheville, Oregon, a remote town that barely showed up on maps, there stood a picturesque cottage listed on Airbnb. It was the kind of place that seemed stolen from a fairy tale. Twinkling fairy lights on the porch, a clawfoot bathtub overlooking a moss-covered ravine, a stone fireplace crackling beside aged rocking chairs, and above all, silence. That heavy, suffocating forest silence. The kind of quiet that doesn't just hush your ears, but buries you. No neighbors for miles, no phone signal, no street lights, just trees that whisper in the wind, and a night sky blanketed in stars. Over the course of just 14 months, 6 tourists checked into that Airbnb. None checked out, no signs of forced entry, no signs of a struggle, no broken windows, no blood. Just abandoned luggage, half-filled glasses of wine, and half-smoked cigarettes still burning by the fire pit. They vanished, entirely, like they were plucked from reality. Authorities chalked it up to accidents, misadventures. They theorized that the guests, perhaps disoriented by alcohol or poor visibility, wandered off into the woods. Oregon is known for its predators, bears, mountain lions, the elements. Nature can be unforgiving, they said, but what they found in the basement turned that theory into a lie. A cruel, horrifying lie. The breakthrough came when Casey Morales went missing, 29 years old, a travel vlogger with nearly 500,000 subscribers. Her content was niche, dark tourism, abandoned hospitals, cursed graveyards, haunted train stations. She had guts, and she loved chasing mysteries. She came to the Asheville cottage after reading a now-deleted Reddit thread titled "The Cabin That Eats People." Most thought it was a joke. Casey didn't. She booked it under her real name, alone. She uploaded a teaser clip before she left. Next stop, the Airbnb that vanishes people. It was meant to be clickbait. It became her epitaph. Casey's final full video never made it to YouTube, but her cloud sync hadn't wiped completely. A few digital forensics experts, urban legend hunters really, managed to piece together corrupted fragments, and what they saw was horrifying. The first clips were standard Casey fare: bubbly music, nature shots, a wide smile. She toured the cottage, joking about how cute but creepy the place was. Her camera lingered on an antique mirror nailed to the bedroom wall. Heavy, blackened at the corners. The kind of mirror that didn't show you, it showed something close to you. Casey joked, "If I disappear, you know where to look first." On day 2, her tone changed. Her voice was lower, shaky. She looked sleep-deprived. She described waking at exactly 3:11 a.m., covered in sweat, gasping for air, convinced someone had whispered in her ear. Not a dream, not sleep paralysis. She was awake, and she wasn't alone. Footage showed subtle but undeniable changes. A chair that had moved from the living room to the hallway, dragging gouge marks behind it. Doors she had locked, unlocked. Whispers in the background, incoherent. But there, one clip stood out. Casey stood in the kitchen, whispering, "There's something in the mirror. It moves when I move, but it's not me." Her final recorded footage was corrupted. Only the audio remained. It was enough. Heavy breathing, sobbing, then a low mechanical hum, then her voice, screaming, then silence in one word, whispered, something that didn't sound human. Still, authorities were slow to respond. It was only after Casey's sister threatened legal action and an internet campaign trended nationwide that law enforcement got involved. They obtained a search warrant of her money. Inside the house, they found Casey's belongings untouched, her suitcase zipped, her camera on the table, her phone on the ground, screen cracked, still recording. In the final frame of that phone's video, her face is frozen in terror, eyes wide, lips trembling, as she stares at something behind the lens. The real horror was under the house. Behind the laundry room was a false wall. Behind that, a stone staircase. Not on any blueprint, not part of any zoning record, not connected to the grid, just cold ancient steps leading down. At the bottom, a hallway carved in stone, symbols scratched into the walls, twisting spirals, strange runes, in Latin phrases like silentium custodiet mortem, silence guards a death. The hall opened into a chamber that should not exist, a massive room, 20 feet wide, lined with mirrors, dozens of them, some cracked, some foggy, facing inward. No matter where you stood, your reflection was wrong. It moved a second too slow. It blinked when you didn't. Sometimes it smiled, even when you didn't. At the center of the room was an operating table, old, rusted, bolted to the floor, straps on each corner. Blood, dried, decades old, crusted around the frame. But no bones, no bodies, no DNA. Just one thing, a recording device, still blinking red. What it contained wasn't just evidence. It was trauma captured in pixels. Over 400 hours of footage, dozens of people, strapped down, struggling, laughing, screaming. Some began speaking in tongues, others babbled nonsense. But at exactly 3:11 a.m. every single night, the room would change. The lights would flicker. The mirror reflections would shift. One moment, the guest would be thrashing. The next, levitating. In one video, a man floats 6 feet off the table, eyes white, body arched, mouth open in a scream. But there's no sound. Only the low hum, deep, vibrating through the walls, almost like it was alive. And in the reflection behind him, faces, dozens, grinning, watching, twisting. The tapes revealed something even more horrifying. Only 6 guests were ever reported missing. But the footage showed 23. No matching bookings, no digital trails, just their faces, frozen in terror. Some slowly stopped moving altogether. Others began mimicking the mirror until the mirror seemed more real than they did. And then came the last file. The room was empty, the table vacant, the mirrors dusty. But in the far back of the largest mirror, movement, a shadow, something crawling, watching, smiling. The home was sealed immediately. Airbnb deleted the listing. Authorities scrubbed the address from maps. Subscribe if you're brave enough. This is only the beginning. Like, if the chills are real, comment below. Would you spend one night in that house to uncover the truth? Or would you smash every mirror and run? But remember, some mirrors don't just show your reflection.